All right, as I said earlier, in my riff, the Biden cabinet's abuse of power to protect Joe Biden is pathetic. Dirty political tricksters. That is Mr. Blinken, and that is Mr. Garland. I'm sorry, that's what the evidence is suggesting. Joining me now to talk about this and maybe a few other things, Sean Duffy and Dagen McDowell, the fabulous co-hosts of the great new show, The Bottom Line, which plays right here on Fox Business. It is a pleasure to have you back on our set. Pleasure to be here.
Larry, thanks for having us live and in person.
So look at Dagen, I'm just going to start out. We learned from Mike Morell's testimony to the Judiciary Committee, Jim Jordan, right? Morell was a deputy director of the CIA, a big job. He wanted to be CIA director. He didn't get it. So he squealed and said, yeah, he had something to do with the letter, the 51 intelligence guys that said the New York Post article was wrong, and it was all Russian disinformation. But it turns out, this is my point, that the quarterback, the big guy behind this letter, was Antony Blinken, who played a dirty tricks political role, has been our Secretary of State now these 2.5 years, and not a very good one either. And I'm saying that is the lowest kind of politics that has no business in a lofty, important position such as he has. That's my problem.
You can plumb the depths of the swamp, and you can wade into the morass, though, given the fact that Joe Biden is coming on the heels of Hillary Clinton, though. Mm-hmm. So, again, you can get dirty and get covered in mud. That's kind of my point, is like, this is to be expected. It doesn't excuse it. But Tony Blinken is one of the only people in the entire Biden administration with even kind of a sliver of dignity left, or even a sliver of competence. But what it speaks to...
Before this came out.
Yeah.
Before this came out, he was clean. He's been ineffectual, but he was clean. He is no longer clean. He now descends really to the depths of a dirty political trickster if he was behind this letter.
I'm not excusing this, but what I find shocking about it is that he was setting in motion this letter written by 51 intelligence officials calling this Hunter Biden laptop the Russian disinformation. They had to, again, that for a year and a half before this, they had been setting up Hunter Biden, trying to get all the bad information out there about him. The New Yorker article in 2019. Why did they care about this laptop story? Because they knew it was true, right? They knew that they didn't know what was in it, so it would probably implicate the president.
But they expected the worst to be in it.
Right.
Don't you think that's fair?
Absolutely.
I mean, the money train, Sean, we haven't seen it yet, but there's certainly been hints around the edges that the money train goes right into Joe Biden in the Oval Office. So we haven't seen, but we've, little hints here and there.
We haven't seen it yet, Larry, but it's easy to find out, right? A basic forensic audit of Joe Biden and Hunter Biden's finances would show whether Joe Biden was making money from Hunter or not. It's really easy to do. They do this in cases all through the FBI.
Who does
the FBI does.
Yeah, does this IRS guy do it, or is he just a tax guy?
No, I think they could do it at the IRS, but I think it's more of an FBI investigation because the IRS is Hunter Biden. But if Joe Biden made money off of Hunter Biden while he was the vice president, that's FBI material. But here's what I find interesting on the Blinken front. The fact that, of course, he's going to play politics. He wants Joe Biden to win. But you have 51 former intel officers signing their name to a document saying these have all the markings of Russia disinformation when they had no clue whether this was Russian disinformation or not. And you mentioned kind of this is unheard of in American politics. This would be unacceptable.
At this level. Mind you, I'm talking about... I know all about dirty tricks. Some of my best friends have been engaged in dirty tricks for years. But at this level.
But this would never be acceptable in any Republican administration.
Right.
It's only acceptable in a Democrat administration because the media doesn't care.
Well,
if the media actually pressured them and pushed them on all these dirty tricks. Gary Gensler, the head of the SEC, was the CFO for Hillary Clinton and more than likely approved the dossier payment, which started 4 years of Russia collusion. The dirty tricks of dirty tricks here, and the media is like, we don't care because we won because Joe Biden won.
That was the only point I was trying to make, is when you're coming off of Hillary Clinton's foul-smelling campaign, this is to be expected, not excusable.
All I want to say, Dagen, I don't mean to interrupt.
No.
But I just want to say, this was not always the way high politics were conducted. In other words, Charlie Hurt made this point. Not every Democratic administration has dirty tricksters at the Secretary of State or the Justice Department. There have been some very distinguished diplomats coming out of the old Democratic Party. Just want to say that. Republicans have done better, Nixon notwithstanding, but that had nothing to do with the State Department or Henry Kissinger. So that's very important. You couldn't imagine a Mike Pompeo concocting a letter, just, a lying letter just to help Biden in the debate. You just couldn't imagine. You couldn't imagine a George Shultz doing such a thing.
This is not just to help Biden in the debate. This is to help deflect a criminal investigation.
Yes.
Focused on Hunter, but ultimately has always been about the Biden family and Joe Biden. This started under Barack Obama's presidency, and I will just quote Andy McCarthy. When Barack Obama as president put Joe Biden in a point man role for American foreign policy, as to those regimes that people around the world, those regimes suddenly thought it was expedient in their interest to pay millions of dollars to Hunter Biden and the Biden family. That's the issue. What did they think they were buying?
No, good, important point. Good point.
One last point on this. The Democrat Party has been consumed with disinformation, right? And usually they're focused on people on the right. These are some of the greatest disinformation campaigns that have ever been run by a political party and now by a government, bringing in private enterprise like Facebook and Twitter before Elon Musk was there. These are the portrayers of misinformation, and they're focused on Republicans. It's unbelievable how they have spun this. And their crimes are now the crimes of their opponent.
And don't forget, we're talking about there's 4 top cabinet jobs: State, Defense, Justice, and Treasury. That's the big 4. Yeah. So you got State, with the dirty tricks. You got Merrick Garland in the Justice Department, and everybody, we don't know yet, but everybody thinks this IRS whistleblower is going to finger him as the guy who lied under oath.
Who's covering for Hunter, which has been covering for,
I'm just saying,
for Joe.
And 2 out of 4 of the highest agencies in the U.S. government involved in dirty political tricks.
And just one more thing, having been a journalist for 30 years, every journalist I originally worked for, everyone wanted to be the next Woodward, the next Bernstein, and nobody with any stones is chasing any of this.
Yeah. It's really bad.
If Garland's caught lying to Congress, where does it get referred to?
If who's caught?
If Garland is caught for lying to the Congress by this whistleblower and he has documentation, the case is referred to Garland himself. So,
and
it's referred to Jim Jordan. I got to get out there.
All right.
Akila's screaming at me.
We're chasing it.
You all are
we
wonderful.
have stones.
You have
figuratively.
Stones. You have stones.
Larry has stones.
That's a hell of a pink blazer, by the way.
Thank you, sir.
Sean and Dagen, thank you.